Nathan here from My Atlantic Games. Welcome to this evening's stream, where I'm going to be painting Bakemono, or goblins, for everybody that doesn't speak Bushido. Sorry? Hi everyone in the old chat there. I can see Tony and Vimanakwe. And Sharon. Hi Sharon, how are you doing? Hello everybody. So just working on a few of my Bakemono figures for Bushido. Might get a game in tomorrow night when we have late night gaming at the shop. So I just thought I'd try and get a little bit of paint on these guys so they don't look too abysmal. So this chap that I'm just working on now, and the next couple of figures that I'll be working on, are my Goblin or Bakemono, they are referred to. So Bakemono are demons from Japanese myth. So they've named these guys after those. So these are goblin type creatures that spawn from the underworld, and I have to have some extra figures because I can summon an additional goblin from the ether every turn. So, but only if I've got available models. So I needed some available models. And while the rest of my figures have got a little bit of paint on, these guys haven't. So just needed to get them looking something like. So they're just going to get basically painted. The rest of the team aren't completely finished. So if I can get these guys to the same level as the rest of the army force, because you don't need a whole army. I've got maybe like 10 minis here to work with, or 11 maybe. But if I can get the rest of them all up to the same kind of standard, then I'll feel a little bit happier, and then I can finish them off as and when. So this guy, he's wearing, I've checked up because I thought his face was a little bit weird, he's wearing a mask. So just painting his eye holes in the blue. So this is a game called Bushido that is manufactured by a company called GCT Studios, and they make some absolutely spectacular looking minis, which these guys are just some of them. So I picked these guys. We decided that we were going to have a go at this game, and I picked these guys based on the strength of, if I didn't like the game, that I could use them as goblins or monsters in tabletop RPGs or any other game, and I'd get a little bit of multi-purpose use out of them. Anyway, it turns out I do like the game and it's great, so that's okay.
Sharon says that's a nice intense blue. What is it?
This is Green Stuff World Abyss Blue, and I've watered it down ever so slightly, but yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. I really like this, and what's it called? Malefic Purple. Like both of these colours, they're awesome. So traditionally the Bakemono, the goblins, are green, like traditional goblins from a lot of fantasy tropes. But I decided that I wanted to do something a little bit different and paint them blue. Thought that might just be a little bit more interesting. Now Bushido has lots of other factions, as well as these little fun guys. They're not mushrooms, they're just fun to play. Has a lot of other factions, so you can play as regular humans in samurai and non-samurai format. So the prefecture of Ryu are a samurai heavy force. There's some pirates that have some rather cool henchmen. They get a samurai shark. That's pretty funky. Gets if it's wounded its enemies, it gets bloodlust. It's pretty cool.
So you've got a question, my dad, in chat, and also Goblin Squire would like you to put on a hat, and you have them today. So you get to choose your own hat.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Because Goblin Squire Creations has redeemed Hat Me!
Excellent.
Tony says the more Green Stuff World paints that I use, the more I like them. They're really nice paints.
They are absolutely fantastic. I really, really rate them as top quality. You did. Mrs. MLG added the first of the colour shift sprays, and today we got shipping confirmation that the rest of our colour shift sprays are on their way. Okay, cool. Let's go for my pirate hat. Awesome. So, question has gone off the screen.
What do you like? Freeman Aqua says, "Can I see Cujo?" I didn't know if Cujo was the Space Marine.
Yeah, I know. I think we named one of these guys Cujo, but I'm afraid I can't remember which one he was. I think it was this guy, wasn't it? Wasn't it that chap who the guy with the big sword? I think it was that guy.
He needs a name badge.
Yeah, I think it was that guy. I'm sorry if it wasn't that guy. But yeah, he's not finished yet, but he does look a little bit more on the way than Bear Primer. Do you like my pirate hat? This is my authentic LARPing pirate hat. This from back in the day when I used to go and do a little bit of live action role playing. Used to go to the Gathering and play with the Lorien Trust LARP Society, which was a whole lot of fun when I was in my late teens, early 20s. Unfortunately, I decided that I just couldn't afford the long weekends away. No paint left-handed tonight, I'm afraid. We'll bring it back in the future. We're going to make it a little bit more expensive though, especially seeing as Wicked D saved it up ready for when I was about to paint eyeballs as well. So we're going to make it something like 10,000 channel points for paint left-handed in future.
It was making you slightly too stressed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Sharon says that she needs to try the Green Stuff World paints. I only tried the funky ones like Colour Shift.
Yeah,
well, they're cool though, aren't they? I mean, you know.
Yeah.
And Tony says that the Green Stuff World metallics are excellent, and they also do an excellent white and black.
Yeah, I've not tried the black stallion, I think it's called, but I do use regularly nuclear white, which is my go-to white. It is absolutely fantastic. Also have some mystic white, which is a nice pearlescent white as well. That's really cool. Yeah, I've tried out loads of whites, and I always recommend to customers that come in the shop who are looking for a good white paint. So we've tried Vallejo, haven't we? And Vallejo paints I tend to find, or the Vallejo white certainly, tends to go a little chalky, and I've really struggled with it. So we're quite happy with our Reaper Pure White and Green Stuff World Nuclear White. They're absolutely fantastic. But they're a bit like Reaper's range of paints. I haven't found a Green Stuff World paint that I've used that I don't like yet. The pigments seem really good, and if you thin them down nicely, you can get a really good consistency, like with this stuff. You just have to thin them a smidge, and they're bringing out new ones all the time. So there's a range of military colours for if you're doing more kind of like realistic looking stuff, or there's some really nice, fantastic bright colours, and they do some great sets that are combinations of colours. The only thing that I would kind of guide against there, if you're going to be buying sets, is just check out the contents and make sure that you're not duplicating some paints between the sets, because there is a basic colours set, but then if you start picking up the specific greens or say black and white set that's got a combination of greys in and what have you. You might find that some of the colours cross over, and also there are skins sets. So there's a Malefic skin paint set, which actually has blues and I think a green in, which you might find in some of the other sets as well. So maybe once you've picked up one or two sets, your best option might be to purchase single paints rather than picking up multiple sets. And as far as I'm aware, certainly not as a trade item that we stock, but I don't think that they do like a bundle of get one of everything like you can with Reaper.
Thanks, Sharon. Bye.
Oh, see you later. Enjoy your tea.
Bye, Roxy.
Bye. I saw a post on Reaper's Facebook page the other day where someone was saying that they'd decided to replace all of their paints and they'd gone for the Reaper's all-in package of I'll have one of everything, please. So you get like 2 huge plastic boxes just full of paints, about 200 or 300 paints, all in one massive parcel. But apparently it was really heavy, and the postman struggled to deliver it. I thought that was quite funny. But they are really heavy, aren't they? Whenever we've tried to move the paint racks and stuff, you just can't. Tiny little bottles of paint all add up to big, heavy, and isn't easy. I had to go to the post office today. I had 2 letters today. We've got 2 cards from the postman where people haven't put enough postage on the letters that they have sent to us. And I had to go and pay £1.50 for 2 separate letters, so £3 in total, to retrieve my post. And one of them was a magic card that I've been waiting for quite some time. And it only cost £2.50 in the first place, and now I've had to pay another £1.50 to get it, which is most annoying. So I've written to the chap that has sent me it and told him. See if I can get a refund back out of them. Most aggrieved. And the other one was a poster for Comic Con, and the people who sent us the poster for Comic Con have put it in a large
But it's
thing.
on Sunday. It's
I
not
know.
even worth it up.
I don't know how long the post office have been holding on to it. Yeah,
Tell her.
crazy.
I hope you put it up.
We have, yeah. I brought it straight in and gave it to the lads and told them to put it up somewhere obvious. Tony,
it's cost you money.
Yeah, Tony says, if Green Stuff World did a complete range bundle, I'd definitely be interested.
Was it a strongly worded letter?
Yeah,
I bet it was.
it will be when I...
Yeah, he weren't. He never does. He's not very good at complaining. That's my job. My job's complaining. You might have noticed on stream. I'm very good at it. Just chuntering away to myself over here.
So I'm gonna use a little bit of russet brown, my favourite brown, just for the like grass skirty thing on this chap. Now this guy is slightly bigger, so he's still a Bakemono, but he is a more like an orc to the other guy, the other one's goblins, and he is called Rinsho, and he is a very, very proficient fighter, and also very tough to kill. He's got a lot of wounds, and can also regenerate his wounds. So this guy's hopefully going to be an effective foil against my opponent's samurai. One of my regular opponents is using a force that has lots of missile-armed troops, bows and what have you, and also has some quite fiendish wolves that he can use to attack. And this guy should be able to deal with any of those threats. So, looking forward to that. In terms of a complete range bundle, Tony, I'm sure if you wanted something sorting out, I'm sure I could put something together for you. But yeah, I'm not aware that something is on offer currently. So Bushido is like a skirmish game. So the idea is you play it on a 2-foot square playing surface with terrain and what have you, Oriental themed. So the setting is called the Jwar Isles, Jwar, and you play it on a 2-foot square area, and it's supposed to be quite competitive potential for playing it, but you can also just have a lot of fun. So we're not playing it for any kind of tournament level play. We just want to play because it's an interesting setting and an interesting game, and the models are beautiful. So, but a game once you get up to speed with the rules, a game should take no longer than an hour really. So it lasts a maximum of 6 turns generally, or less. And then you score points based on the scenario for whatever the various victory conditions are, and generally that means that somebody's got 3 points and somebody's got 1 or 2 points by the end of the game. And it's pretty cool. Don't need a lot of terrain. Obviously, like, you need some terrain because cover is good in most tabletop games, especially cover is excellent for the bakemono. So one of the rules that these guys have is they are tiny. Apart from this chap, he's a bit bigger, but the rest of the guys, they are tiny, and they also have a rule called camouflage. So if they're in cover and they're over 4 inches away from enemy figures, they are invisible effectively. And if there isn't a lot of cover, you can summon magical darkness. And that also means that your opponents can't see you, which is really cool because it lets you sneak up on your opponents and get the drop on them, which is good because these guys are pretty weak and their main strength is in numbers. They do have some other cool things, one of which I haven't got myself yet, and maybe it's my birthday coming up, maybe somebody might treat me.
You do have to tell us what you want so we know what to treat you.
But they have a rather cool thing, which is 2 goblins with an arquebus. So the idea is that you have your magical darkness, but then the goblins can see through the darkness. So while you're hiding your little goblins somewhere in the darkness and your opponents can't tell where you are, you shoot them with the arquebus and take them out. And then the rest of the goblins come rushing out of the darkness and attack them.
So you're just hiding.
Yeah, sneaky little evil goblins.
Moxie says that he's very interested in Bushido, is going to pick up the Wolf Clan at some point. And Tony says, I'll look at what Green Stuff World paints I have, and then I'll get a shopping list sorted.
Super. Yeah, we'll sort you out, obviously. Do you a bundle deal, Tony? Right, so this guy, this little chap is one of my favourites. I love this figure. I think it looks absolutely awesome. This guy is called Track, and he is a Goblin Samurai. If we can focus. Yeah.
It's because it's a slider.
There we go. So he is a goblin in like samurai armour with these little kami, I think they're called weapons. So he's got kind of makeshift armour, he's got some bits of wood strapped onto his arms and stuff. But he just looks fantastic, full of character. I have no idea whatsoever whether he's actually any good in the game. I just think he looks so cool. So that's why we've got this guy. My current problem is that my birthday is fast approaching, and I'll be 21 again. So, as the owner of a game store, when gaming is my primary hobby, and looking at games. I won't even say playing games. Looking at games is my primary hobby. But it's just so easy to go, I like that. I think I'll buy myself one of those this month, and then I end up with like everything. And then when birthdays and stuff come around, people go, "What would you like for your birthday?" And I'm like, "I'd kind of like one of those." Oh, but I bought myself it already. Or
Yes, because you're very naughty.
oh, yeah. It's stuff's just there, and I can go, "Yeah, I'll have one of them." I do put the money in the till. That's like I know a few people seem to think that owning your own business is just free stuff, but you've still got to satisfy the tax man. You can't just make stuff disappear. Anyway, enough about those kind of boring topics. Let's do some painting. So. Just going to paint I'm going to get as much mileage out of my russet brown today as possible. So I'm going to base coat a few areas with this, and then we'll apply different colours over the top to get the final finish. So paint his little bits of wood on there. How are you getting on with those Templars, Moxie? Has Tony redeemed another stretch, or am I just?
No, that's the same one. I don't mean.
I thought I feel like I kind of shortchanged him with my stretch. I think I might have to have another one to make it seem like we've got a bit more
stretching.
A bit more stretching in. Let's just clean my paintbrush out.
We were saying that we were saying that we might add wig me and might dig out some of our wigs. So you got hat me and wig me. But then you'd maybe only have to wear them for a minute because it'd be really hot.
Yeah. Right, so that's that guy. Oh, this guy, I forgot this guy's club. Carrying this like huge spiky club. Let's get that in with the russet brown as well.
I am currently painting what I am going to put in for my Goblin inspiration this month.
Yeah, what's
Oh no, well it's, surprise. In case it goes wrong, and then you know what it is anyway, you can see it from over there. But yes, and then I will put it in the Discord and then you'll be able to see it. But yeah, if you don't know about Goblin inspiration, then check out the Discord, check out Goblin Squire, the Goblin Squire on Twitter, and Goblin Inspiration hashtag, and the Goblin Squire's YouTube video. It explains it all. It's a fun initiative, no judgment, no judging, no prizes or anything, but equally no judgment, just lots of fun, and we all enjoy it, and the whole MLG family join in, Little Miss as well. And obviously each month there's a different theme, so seeing as how it's the start of the month, then it's a new theme, and I am painting my miniature currently for that.
excellent. I don't know why I left this bit on his chest for some reason. I think I was just going to colour it in. I don't think I was maybe going to paint that bit a different colour.
Tony says, I do like these minis, they look fun. I like them too, but the camera doesn't. It's like trying to focus on that is really annoying me.
Yeah, they are a lot of fun. There's some really cool ones in the range as well, Tony. Say the Shark Samurai is really cool. There's like it does a bit, yeah. There's a Kung Fu Panda style figure as well. Panda in a straw hat. I can't remember they're called something proper out there. I can't remember what they are. Like, but the rice hat things. What else is there? All sorts. There's a like a demonic faction. Yeah, the Moxie likes the Wolf Clan box. Their Shiho So there's two different Shiho like starter sets. There's one that's the Wolf Clan box, which is has a couple of wolves and a couple of samurai and an archer in it. They're really cool. And then there's another Shiho set that they've brought out a little bit more recently. So they're pretty cool. These guys, the Bakemono, they're called the Savage Wave. And this faction includes Oni and some other cool monsters. So you can have a giant cave bat and another weird looking thing which I believe is also a Japanese myth type creature called the Neon, which I have no idea how to even describe that guy. It looks properly weird, like a weird monster. And then you can also have a goblin riding it should you wish. What else is there? Oh yeah, Oni. There's a few different Oni. What are the ones? Sorry? The Neon Savage Wave. Now Mrs. MLG is going to put a picture up.
Oh, I do. I can find it.
It's a black thing. Looks a bit strange.
It's a type thing.
And then you can have some human slaves. There's a faction that's the monks. There's Ronin. There is the Silverwind Trade Syndicate. I'm sure it's called the Nian, Nian or something like that.
Doesn't exist, you made it up.
The Shadow Wind, they're Katsu Kaje or something like that. They're
Ah, right.
your family. They're ninjas, so you can have ninjas. You can
I
have.
don't know what I was looking for, but it wasn't that. It wasn't that now. This thing.
That thing. Yeah, that thing. I have no idea how to even describe that thing. There's a faction called the Cult of Uri that are like undead and just weird monsters. There's some weird and wonderful things in that faction as well. It's some of the stuff that these designers are coming up with is absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, they are a bit creepy,
Yeah. But it's good. The miniatures are really nicely cast. Not a lot of they're metal, all metal. Apart from I think there's maybe one or two larger figures that are resin. But yeah, metal figures, nice weighty sculpts, all good quality castings. Really, really nice. And the good thing about the game as well is each miniature is a character, really. So you can't have duplicates of certain things. The advantage of these goblins is that you can have multiple figures per card. So all of your figures are denoted by cards that give you all your abilities and your wounds and all that kind of thing. And so I can have, say, 2 archer figures using one card. They've got like different wound tracks on the cards, and but a lot of the figures, because these guys are just kind of generic goblins, they've got multiple wound tracks on each card, so I can have multiple goblins, but otherwise you can only have one of each thing. So it's pretty cool. And I didn't pick this faction because they were like particularly gamey or advantageous beforehand. I just thought I like the look of those, and then it just turns out that I've won almost every game I've played with them. So I like to think that is down to my tactical genius. However, it's partly the fact we've been playing kind of starter level games at 70 rice, so you work your points out in rice rather than say points or gold or whatever to determine the points of your faction. So we've been playing 70 rice, which is the points cost of most of the starter boxes. And in smaller games like that, the goblins do have a bit of an advantage, because when you've got a very low model count, so most of my opponents have been fielding 4 or 5 figures, but I can start off with 7 of my little guys, and then summon an extra guy every turn, so I can soon overwhelm my opponents. But the standard game is apparently 100 rice, so once, which is why I've now got a couple of extra bodies. So these, the 3 regular Bakemono that I'm painting here, this chap I'm working on, and the guy with the bow, and the little guy with the club that I've just been doing. They're my regular guys to allow me to be able to summon additional models, and then we're going to play. Hopefully tomorrow evening we're going to play 100 rice game, which is why I've got these 2 here to increase my points costs. So originally we'd said that we weren't going to increase our points until Christmas time, but after I won a few games on the bounce and we took a bit of advice from people who've been playing the game a lot longer, it seems that the advantage I'm getting in smaller games is why I'm winning. And we agreed that we were going to start playing a couple of bigger games and see how it balanced out, which should be quite devastating against me, I think, because my opponents will be able to put extra samurai on the board, and that's they tend to be very devastating in combat, and my poor little goblins are just going to get wasted. But it doesn't matter. I don't mind losing when it's just a game for fun. Hi Wicked D. How are you doing?
What colours are you using now, my darling?
So I'm still on russet brown. I've watered it down a little bit to get a slightly different consistency. Putting it on a little bit more like a wash or something. Just on this guy. This little chap's got his little rice hat thing on, so I'm just gonna put a bit on there. That will give us a light tone to work from. And then once I've done this guy with the russet brown, we're going to move on to a different colour. I think maybe we might get a little bit of red next.
Why do you like russet brown so much?
It's just such a versatile colour look, so let me try and give you an idea. So you can paint it on like quite thickly, yeah? And then you get a really good, what I would describe as a mid-brown. And if you're painting it over a light undercoat like this, so here we go. Let's have a look at the difference in colour. So this colour on the club there is quite like dark, like a good mid-tone, like a leather brown. And then I've watered it slightly and applied it over this light grey undercoat, and it's given me this more kind of baby poo brown. And then watered it down even more to do the top of this straw hat here, and it's given me like an almost beige. It's just such a and the like such well pigmented colour from Reaper that it withstands the watering down and without losing all its quality. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Or does it just sound like a load of waffle? Right, let's just get this dodgy little arrow that he's got here. He's got something else taped onto the end of it. And then we'll move on. We'll do a little bit of red. So I've painted a couple of my other guys with red armour and clothing on. So I'm going to put a little splash of red on these guys so they all match in together. I've already said hello to Wicked D. Hi, Wicked D.
Yes, you are.
Couldn't remember. Right, so we're going to get some dragon red out. Do like dragon red. A little bit of that on there. Can't remember if I used dragon red or succubus kiss last time. I missed. But
Oh, Succubus Kiss is more purple, isn't it?
yeah, I think so. Right, so he doesn't really need any red on him because he's more of a big brute. This samurai guy track, he's going to get a bit of red on his armour. Get some dragon red on there. Dragon red is a bones paint from Reaper Minis. Another great quality paint from them. So we're going to do his big armour plate he's got on his chest, and then his helmet, which I envisage that he's stolen from a regular samurai somewhere along his journeys. So we'll get that blocked in red. Possibly watered that now, just a touch too much, but it's okay. We can work with it. If it means we have to do a second coat, that is not a problem. 2 thin coats. So David is on the prefecture of Ryu, so they're straight up human samurai and retainers, and they're pretty cool, but they do have some guns. Yeah, guns. So there's black powder in the samurai age. So they've got some weapons which are quite devastating.
I was say you've got little goblins and he's just shooting at you with the guns like that Indiana Jones scene.
Yeah. Where was I? Yes, and then Andy has got some those guys. Yes.
Alright.
Shiho. Andy has got the Shiho. So he started off with the Wolf Clan set, and then he's added a couple of other figures as well into his collection. So he's got some pretty cool guys. He's got one figure. I can't remember what he's called. Can't remember what the figure's called, but it's a guy, and he's got his son with him. So there's like 2 figures. So you have the guy, and then you have his son, and he has to like protect his son, and if you happen to kill the son, then he goes into a rage, I think. Which obviously you would expect, wouldn't you?
Have they done theirs normal colours then? Or are they all
No normal colours they haven't gone for. So they're both like humans, really. Oh, well, yeah, the wolf clan, they've got 2 actual wolves that one of the figures has as companions.
Oh, so the humans with
Yeah.
just wolves hanging around?
Yeah.
Ah.
Humans with wolves hanging around. That makes more sense. And then we've got David has got a second faction, he's got some young pirates, which I tried using the other week and got absolutely annihilated because I've never used those before and didn't really know what I was doing. But they've got some really cool mechanics, which I didn't kind of twig until after my guys had started dying. But they've got a really cool thing where you get to harpoon people, and then you can knock them down, and then they have to spend their actions standing back up and stuff. But in the time that they're getting back up, it'll give you time to close in with the massive shark samurai, who then can really take them apart. So I made a couple of mistakes early on. Some of these factions have got specific tactics that you need to follow. So to get the most out of them, I'd say I twigged late in the game what I really should have done early on. But if I was to play them again, I think I would fare a little bit better. Might not be too good because I'm used to having more bodies on the table with these goblins. So when you're playing a more evenly matched game, maybe like 4 figures aside, it's harder to outnumber your opponents, obviously. And it's all about, so each model gets 2 activations per turn, and it's all about a bit like chess, holding your actions and making your moves to kind of force your opponent into doing stuff that puts them at a disadvantage. So it's quite tactical. Is that some kind of secret code there in the corner of your paint tile? If we enter it somewhere, do we win a prize? Oh no, that's, yeah, you might have seen that kind of thing on other streams. You must know by now, WikiD, that we're not that clever. No, that was somebody had suggested the other day that we needed to reorder something, and I wrote it down so that I wouldn't forget.
Well, you painted it.
Yeah, that was it. Well, I didn't have a pen handy. Super glue is there, my darling. Yeah, I think it was J-Star said that we were out of stock of a certain paint. So it's a Vallejo paint code, US Olive Drab, which I have ordered. I've not had a confirmation back yet, but we should be good for US Olive Drab. Maybe we should do some kind of secret code thing.
We'll see who types it in first.
Yeah. We'll put like a one use special offer thing on the website for future. We'll think about it. Do like a some kind of secret puzzle thing and see if anybody twigs what you need to do. Can't make it just as simple as like that's the code and you have to put it in. It might have to be like some kind of little puzzle spread around my painting tile. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I like that.
Have you got any cardboard boxes on yet?
No, but I will tomorrow. I couldn't get the car up outside the shop today to be able to do it. In fact, I think rather than saying that I'm going to do it tomorrow, unless you would be doing it tomorrow night, why don't we do it after the weekend when we've got spare boxes left after Comic Con?
Oh, okay.
Moxie says, I like puzzles, I'm in. I won't be doing it tomorrow evening because we'll be playing marbles. I don't know what time though, because it's a bit different now that Little Miss is back at school. So I don't know. Because if we do it 6, well 7, that might be a bit early for everybody. What do you all think? Because it's only you lot that play, so is 6, well 7 too early tomorrow? Don't know what you've all got on.
Does that look suitably gross?
Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, I like that. I will show it you.
You don't have to.
No, I'll show it you. I didn't know whether you wanted to or not. Yeah. Brains.
Alright.
Okay, there you go. Looks awesome.
You don't talk when you're holding things in the camera. It's like you're holding
It's
breath.
good. It's because I need to concentrate so I don't wiggle it around too much.
You know it doesn't work, don't you? Because you wiggle it around. Well, I've defocused you now. How very dare I?
Yeah, I don't know. What you like?
You'll have to show us what you're painting. Because it's really hard for this camera to pick it up.
I'll just finish doing this this bit of red, and then I will show him. So, just get that little bit in there. So on GCT's versions of like this guy, so this is like the little archer dude. This guy's actually got a mask on, so he's got like a really cool little mask, and it's got a tash thing on it. Now they've painted in the goblin himself green, and his clothes brown, and then the mask is bright red. But So obviously I've flipped these colours around a bit. So he's got blue skin, he's got a red outfit, he's got brown for his bow and everything else, and I'm going to be painting some like leathery bits on him there. So I'm going to pick a completely different colour for his mask. I think I might make his mask green, like instead of him being goblin green, we'll make his mask like quite a bright green. So yeah, I think we'll go with that in a minute. Also need to paint do some black on these guys to paint their metal bits. So I think we'll do black next. Excuse me. Right, so we'll get some Reaper Pure Black, which is my current favourite black. Until I try some Black Stallion out, and then I'll probably decide that I like that better. Is my paint rack coming up? Oh, it's glued solid, but it's like bowed out at the side. Stop messing with it, Nathan. Stop messing with it. Right then, so this dude, Rinsho, I'm going to do his hair black, because that is what colour I've done the hair on my other guys. So these guys are supposed to live in the underworld and then come issuing forth at the behest of their Oni masters to wreak havoc upon the world. And that is why they are called the Savage Wave, because there's a never-ending tide of them, it seems, the evil Bakemono creatures. There we go. Right then, so we'll start off with that bit of black on there. I need to put some ink over their skin, just dull that down slightly, or darken it down slightly, so I can do some highlighting. So I want them to be a little bit darker than they are. So this guy's got he's got chains attached to the bottoms of his little kami. I'm sure they're called kami. These little blade hook things that he's wielding. He's got chains attached to those, and then he's got a chain on his hook on his back here, a little ring on his chain, and one on his waist that these are attached to. Oh, and I need to find a colour to paint his skirts. Need to do something with that. So I'll have to think about that one. What colour can I do with that? No, it's not going to look too weird. What colour do you think this is? He's got blue skin. He's got a red headdress or helmet.
Alright.
Parts of his armour are brown. Okay, so if I hold him up slightly. Okay. Right then. So these bits here on his.
Why are you doing green if you're doing the other guy's mask green and then you keep
Yeah.
the same colour palette across there?
Yeah, I don't know whether that might. Well, I suppose I can always do it and then see whether it looks crazy or not. Can I? Yeah, we'll go for green. Good idea. Oh, do you know what turned up today? And I haven't unpacked it.
Oh
Well, of course you don't. Our Lucid Eye restock arrived with our replenishment of Salants. So I need to sort that out tomorrow. We should have copious amounts of Salants in stock. Ready for the events. And then the other thing that I need to sort out is our booking for Salute next year. Let's sort that out as well.
Sort out what you're taking to comics then.
I know. I'm going to start boxing that up. Ready for the weekend. Comic Con, we should have a 12-foot stand. So,
And the shop's open as well.
and the shop's open as well. Yeah, we're not going to try and fit the entire shop onto a 12-foot display thing. That would just be madness, because the shop is huge, isn't it? But we will be taking a vast array of board games and card games and other exciting bits and pieces. We've just had today delivered a rather large restock of Yu-Gi-Oh, which I hadn't realised that we'd run out. There's a lot of lines for Yu-Gi-Oh, so we've made sure that we're well catered for now. So we'll be taking some Yu-Gi-Oh with us. Might even have a little bit of Pokemon to take with us. Pokemon's very difficult to get hold of at the moment. But we might have a bit of Pokemon with us at the show. Board games, card games, and some excellent collectible items from our Halloween range. And, if I do say so myself, some particularly amazing Cthulhu backpacks.
Yeah, they're a kill star.
Yeah, they
Had
are.
my kill star.
They're absolutely awesome. Oh, when you went crabbing. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, no, I don't like it, but I like when it's on the roll.
Was the tide in?
The tide, well, yeah.
Enough to
It'd
go
be a
crabbing.
bit rubbish going crabbing off the harbour when it's just mud.
Yeah.
It was coming in. Dad knows the times table for the time, so
Fair enough.
it's like he knows it off by heart.
It's 'cause he's a surfer, he needs to know.
No, but like, he goes surfing in grits.
You did, Tony. Cthulhu backpacks. Cthulhu backpacks. We were scouting out some other products and found a company that has these amazing Cthulhu
yeah, but once
backpacks.
they've gone because we can't get any more. And
Yeah.
that's not just a wait, buy now. It's true.
Yeah.
We can,
So they're
which is a bit rubbish.
they're particularly awesome, and we have got some other particularly funky collectibles coming, and I don't know whether they're going to get here in time for the weekend, haven't we?
Yeah. Added some more twisted today as well, Tony.
Oh,
not
cool.
not a lot, just what you left me.
Yeah.
That that scowl one was already on.
Was it? Sorry. Yeah, we've still got a few figures outstanding from the twisted stuff that we've added to the website. With things that we haven't added yet because we haven't got them yet. But the company that manufacture them, Demented Games, are in Australia, so we'll let them off for not being able to supply everything that we wanted straight away. Especially seeing as they're so pretty, and that's something else that I wouldn't mind having a go at painting, but I need to get some of these other things finished before I start indulging myself with a completely new range. That would just be crazy. Especially seeing as there's all sorts of excitement coming from Games Workshop before the end of the year as well. I do like a bit of Games Workshop fanboyness. Wowzers, where's the time gone?
It's gone on you painting them figures. Obviously.
Zoomed by. Gonna have to get me delicate painting skills out here to paint these wrappings on his arm in black. I'm gonna go over his
Quick, let's switch.
skin
Paint
to
left-handed on again.
yeah.
What are you doing? Are you finishing or are you painting? You know what you actually plan?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think we'll finish on time, and then I might just carry on for a little bit off camera.
Oh, that's not allowed.
Well, I know. Got a couple of bits I need to concentrate on. I can't talk and concentrate. Oh, he's got a bit on his leg there as well. Why would he just have one band around his leg?
You're just doing it, aren't you?
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's his fashion style.
Weird. Right, so that's that. Now what I did with the other guys, in fact I'll do it while I've got this paint handy. So what I did with the other guys was, even though I intend on doing something different with the bases in future, just so they looked half decent when we're taking pictures of our games, was I touched in the bases around their feet. So rather than having all the over painted smush around the bottoms, I painted the bases in solid black, just so it makes them look a little bit more cohesive and half finished. we might as well carry on the stream. If anybody needs to get off, I will completely understand. But we'll just keep the camera going while we're painting. I guess that's.
Moxie says, "Oh, good, you're still on. The internet went off for a bit." I was just about to say, well, we'll keep streaming while you're still painting. If Wicked D and Tony want that, because they're the only two people watching, but now Moxie's back too, so. Oh, and Vemanappa's around. I have a campaign session this Friday. Will there be a wonderful spider infestations in the Dwarven Mines? Anyone have any fun ideas? So we've got a campaign session this Friday. There will be wonderful spider infestations in the Dwarven Mines. Anyone have any fun ideas? That's one for you, that.
So, I recently we went through a adventure called Along Came a Spider, which is a first level adventure, third party first level adventure, and I did that for the kids at Kids D&D. And one of the cool things in that game, in that little adventure, is a alien brainwashed spider monster that talks psychically to the characters and taunts them as they're working their way through its lair.
I bet the kids love that.
Oh yeah, it was cool. But they're particularly the kids. I tend to find more than adults are I don't know whether it's because they've been watching YouTube stuff, and a couple of them kept quoting Minecraft, which I'm not particularly familiar with. But they're quite bloodthirsty, and coming with some very strange ideas about adventuring and what have you. I don't know. It's a bit odd. A bit odd. That's all I'm going to say.
I think Wicked D might be still slightly sore about. Our Pathfinder game where you attacked us, because Wicked D says, "Let some magical person cast haste on the spiders so they get more attacks every time." Barrel of laughs, that is. That's from our Pathfinder game, where Nathan is our DM and tried to kill us.
That's the job of the DM.
We're newbies. You
Really.
very nearly killed us too. We're limping along now.
Yeah, I was describing it to David at work today, actually. Sorry?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was describing the scenario to David at work because we were exchanging like notes really, because he's running a 5th edition game on the Friday night when we're all playing Friday Night Magic and what have you. So we were discussing, and I mentioned the scenario that you'd had to use your cure aura thing, what's it called, divine burst thing, to give, and you actually ended up healing the crab, didn't you? Mm-hmm. In the thing, but there was use of that ability gave Wicked D's character the health that she needed to come back around and then be able to stab the crab from the rear or underneath, even seeing as it was on top of her. I mean, that's thinking outside the box. Right, that's good. You partially healed your enemy to get an advantage. You are still very much at the stage where you're kind of frightened of everything as well, aren't you? Like, oh,
you keep trying to kill us.
We're going through a door. We're going to sneak through the door, and we're going to check for traps before we get more than 2 inches into the room.
Apart from that one that Greg just decided that we'll just go and have a look at it. He's never gone anywhere near anything before. He always sends the rogue check for traps. Like, no, we'll just walk up to this thing. Oh, look, it's a massive trap. Now I'm poisoned. In fact, Greg didn't have a very good time at all in that game. He got eaten alive, poisoned, and knocked unconscious by a crab. I mean, he wasn't having a good day, and he's a grumpy smeg as it is. Tony says, if you're not trying to kill the players off, you're not doing the job right. Especially true in Call of Cthulhu. Yes, Tony, but I'm his wife, and he has to live with me afterwards.
I have only ever properly played Call of Cthulhu as an RPG once, and my character was a newspaper reporter and wasn't armed with any kind of weapons because, as I'd been told by my fellow players, having any kind of weapons in this game is completely pointless and you just need to really try and avoid going mad. So we were playing it more of a thinking game than a fighting game. And but my newspaper reporter did prove lucky for the rest of the party because I managed to fend off a demon by flashing my camera in its face. Or what passes for the face of a demon, at least. So that worked out quite well at the time. But then we did lose, and the Elder Deep Ones, or whatever they're called, did take over the world. Because we couldn't get from one side of the globe to the other in time to thwart their evil plans. So there you go. That's probably about 20 years ago that we played that. I don't think we were ever supposed to have any possibility of winning. One of the guys at the shop really wants to play it, but he hasn't managed to form a large enough group yet of players that want to play it as well. Right, I'm not going to put the lid back on that. We're going to find a green that we can use for this mask. So, how bright should I make his mask? Do you think we should make it quite bright?
Well, you said you wanted it bright.
Yeah, I need a brighter green then. I haven't really got a bright enough green over here.
I seem to be leaking green at my side. Do you want jungle green?
Yes, go on then. I'll have some jungle green. Super. Oh, there we go. Some Army Painter jungle green. We had a little bit of an issue at the shop where, for some reason, our stock system decided to think that jungle green was indeed Necromancer cloak from Army Painter. I think the code numbers must be similar. So I got an email from a customer and it made me chortle. So without sharing any of the customer's details, sent me an email saying that what he really wanted was some Necromancer cloak. And while jungle green is a pretty wild colour, we really would like some Necromancer cloak after all. So anyway, we've hooked him up. And I told him that he should keep the jungle green, seeing as I'm sure he could find some use for it. But yeah, it just made me chuckle. That he thought it was a wild colour. I like it. This is definitely going to take a couple of coats on this guy, isn't it? It might be too bright, this. It's definitely good. I know I did.
I only gave you what you asked.
I know. It's this is definitely going to be too bright for my samurai's dress bit. I might have to have a re-evaluation. So, lovely bright green there, tasty, but it's definitely too bright for that. No, I don't need it. No, I'm gonna use something that's in my paint bucket. I'm gonna use something that's in my paint bucket. What's that? No, it's fine. I'm going to use one of these. Thank you. Thank you, darling.
That's alright. Thanks, Moxie.
See you later. Thanks for coming. Right. Let's go for it.
What? Come on, talk to us.
Yeah. Sorry.
Screen hasn't frozen. You just
No.
thinking.
Yeah. Just thinking. So, what I am going to go for is I'm going to go for some... Yeah, let's do it with that. We're going to go for Twilight Purple. I'm going to do it with some Twilight Purple from Reaper. I'm just going to apply a bit of that. Straight out the bottle.
How's it been? You haven't hydrated yourself? Must be something.
I know. What's it? As if he's gone and gone.
I'm very dead.
Yeah.
Oh, Wicked G says you've got to hydrate now. And he's only on water.
I know, I haven't started on the wine yet. Oh, super. I brought some homework on me. Well, it's not homework, more gaming related stuff. So I brought some of my magic decks home to have a bit of a tinker with while we're chilling out later.
Woohoo! Fun times.
Yeah, is that alright?
Do I have much choice?
Yeah, you could say no. You're not allowed to do that. You've
When
got
have I
to
ever
spend
said
your time
no?
cuddling me on the sofa.
When have I ever said that?
Well, you won't be, because you let me do what I like. Because you're a beautiful, loving wife.
Oh no, I haven't put up a sick warning. Can't be having things like that. I like these contrast paints.
Right?
I've never used contrast paints before. Before doing these zombies, which I am painting zombies. Because we just needed to get these zombies done really quick. And I do like them, and for that reason, getting stuff done super quick. They're good and useful. But these are Reaper zombies, whereas the other ones were Mantic zombies. And I don't know, they just don't look as good on the Reaper ones. Like you need more painting detail on the Reaper. Are they a bit bigger maybe? Yeah, a bit bigger zombies. Or if it's just because I've got this giant saggy boob zombie.
I think it's because you've got a giant I think she's called Moo Moo or something like that.
Well, that's what the clothes are called, isn't it? Moo Moo Cape or something.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Homer Simpson wear one at one point in The Simpsons. So I like the contrast paints. They're good for various uses. But yeah, I'm not feeling it on this one. It looks really weird. And also, they keep seeming to leak everywhere. I've got a green hand now. Strange. I knew you were going to say that.
What, strange?
Yeah, you always do. So yeah, there you go. That's my review of of contrast paints.
Wicked D says, what am I after?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so I don't know. I might have to paint over that with some proper paint because it looks weird.
Fair enough. So now I'm going to use a little bit of rosy pink just to paint their tongues.
No, little tongue right now.
Yeah, a couple of them have. Which I think makes them look slightly more fiendish as well. I like it.
So why did you choose goblins again? Because you like them.
Yeah, I think the models are cool. Rule of cool. Got to go with what you like the look of, haven't you?
Yeah. So when you were first deciding to play this game,
Yeah.
You were first deciding to play Bushido in the shop with the lads who work there. Did you all just go, I'm going to play that because it's cool? Or did the others look up the rules, etc., and decide what factions they wanted based on rulage, and you just went, but they look cool, I'm going to do that?
So, I don't know, if I'm honest. So I know that you can download the rules for free, which is one cool thing. So you can download the rule book. You can buy a rule book, obviously, and we sell them in the shop and online at mightylancergames.co.uk. So you can buy the rule book, but you can download a PDF of the rules for free from the GCT website. So you can have a look and see whether you like the look of it, and then decide whether you want to invest in the game. And you can also look at all the statistic cards, the character cards for all the figures, because they have pictures of those on the website as well. So you can look at them and sort of decide what you're going to do before you buy models and what have you. It's pretty cool. They're like pretty kind of forward thinking in that respect. So I'm not sure whether the other guys looked at it. I think that David picked the Prefecture of Ryu guys just on the strength of he liked samurai and he wanted some samurai. And I'm fairly sure that Andy picked the Wolf Clan on the strength of he liked the look of the models there. But they might also have been looking at the rules to see what was good and what was not so good and what have you. I don't know. Like, apparently, after doing a little bit of research online, some of the factions can be absolutely mental if you use the right combinations of stuff. So I guess if they wanted to be like winning all the games, then they would have picked one of those factions, wouldn't they? Like the ninjas and stuff. But
see, I would have just picked ninjas because ninjas sound cool. Or the monsters. I might have picked the monsters.
yeah, well, it's
So do you like the game now? You've been playing it for a bit then?
yeah, it's really good. It's quite simple once you get into it. Once you've had a couple of games, it's quite simple, straightforward. I'd say games don't take really long. We're still learning, obviously. Every time we play, we're still learning. One of the things that I need to do on these guys, which actually I might do when I've just finished running around with this little bit of driftwood brown for these ropey pieces, but I need to paint facing markings on my figures. So it's very important what way your model is facing. So typically in games from other manufacturers, Games Workshop for example, where the facing of your model is important, they say to go off whichever way the nose on the mini is pointing. But that isn't always easy to see when you're stood up. When you're stood up and the model is like 2 feet away on the table. So one of the suggestions that I've seen is to have markings across the sides of the base. So at a glance you can see what's the front and what's the back.
And I suppose if other people came to play in the shop, that's the kind of thing that you could suggest to them.
Yeah. So we've had a good level of interest in Bushido actually. There's quite a few people have picked up minis, and we're hoping that they're going to come and join us for a game or two in the not too distant future. Already done that guy's ropey bits.
So Tony's left us now, and Moxie's left us now. So I think it's just Wicked D. Wicked D. Watching it.
Maybe.
Just hang
Good.
out with Wicked D.
Yeah, good for you, Wicked D. Good for you. What you got to tell us, Wicked D?
What are you painting, Wicked D? Piggy. Oh, from the Dwarven Butcher. Is it that one? For our trio. Is it a trio?
Yeah, it's you and Wicked D and Sharon, isn't it? No, Dave, Mr. Sellers.
Oh yeah, Dave.
Yeah, because I'm doing axolotl trio with Sharon and Deathly.
And I'm doing duo with Sharon. Because when we were painting together, we were both painting things that we were doing with Sharon. And
Yeah.
she was watching.
Yeah, my bright pink axolotl.
Wicked D says that she's made the piggy look mucky, but she likes him. Well, pigs do roll around and stuff, don't they? I decided that my butcher isn't going to kill my pig. My butcher is saving my pig. So he's got his cleaver, or whatever it's called, raised above his head, fending off other butchers. And he's got his pig tucked under his arm, protecting it. That's what I'm thinking. And then he might have sold him on to Stumpy Dan to become the Grog Hog, because in my cabinet they're both next to each other, so that would make sense to me. Oh, Wicked D's going to do blood splatters, so her pig's not being saved. Well, I'm saving my pig's being saved. Just that one. The rest aren't. That one's special, it's like Babe.
I can't remember Babe. Vaguely. Some pig. Is that the thing?
Some pig, wasn't it?
Yeah, and isn't that one of the things that... Oh, it's that Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web I'm thinking of, innit? Where the spider, like...
Yeah, that's Charlotte's Web. No, Babe's where the farmer takes him to round up the sheep.
Ah, right.
Because he talks to the sheep. I haven't seen it for ages. And he says things like, "That'll do, pig."
I understand. That's where that comes from.
Yep. And there's Babe in the City, that's right. I'm not seeing that one now, I don't think. Like a sequel.
Alright.
I think I've only seen... Is it mice that tell the story, Wicked D, on Babe? I can't remember, it's been ages. Been ages. How are you doing?
Alright. Just
I wasn't going to. She said, "Don't waste your time in it." I wasn't going to. Well, thanks.
yeah, just painting in the backs of his armoury bits here. These bits of wood. And paint those like these little wrappings around the backs of his legs with this kind of tan colour. Driftwood brown.
So are we wrapping this up at 1:30 then? Is that your plan?
That sounds like a good idea. I'm not telling you on that.
Because otherwise you'll just be painting all night and you won't get your jobs done.
Okay.
I'm going to put that website in there.
What website? Oh yeah, that website.
So what else do you get to those 5 minutes then?
Ooh.
I joined Amazon Prime this week because I realised I can get the student price, 6 months free, then $3.99.
That's
you have
good.
Amazon Prime.
Don't you have Amazon Prime?
Yeah, we
But
do.
something to do with the shop, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can also subscribe through Amazon Prime
You get a free,
for free.
Twitch
Yeah,
subscription.
free Twitch subscription through Amazon Prime. You know, just in case. I know that you are currently gifted a subscription, I think, aren't you? You gifted one? Anyway, but yeah, you can get a free one for any channel. But yeah, you have that, don't you? Amazon Prime thingy-majiggy.
Yeah, it's so handy when.
No, it's fine. I'm just saying you've got it. I
We,
don't understand Amazon.
No. Well, it's fine. We use it for buying like stationery and stuff like that for the shop. Because it's easy to get older stuff quick. It's like ink cartridges for the printer.
Oh, this is a fascinating.
I know. But it does come with its advantages because you get the Prime TV channel, which to be fair, we never really watch anything on. But they do have movies and stuff that you might take advantage of. And you get a free Twitch subscription. And you get free delivery on Prime stuff, and it comes next day. So they seem to be running a little bit slow at the moment, to be fair. But normally you can get stuff really quick. So it's our niece's birthday coming up, and I ordered a book that she wanted, and we ordered it the other night and it came the next day, didn't it? That was really good. But
We didn't need it that quick.
we didn't need it that quick. But then the reason I ordered it off Amazon was because I know that none of the local bookshops, well, we haven't got a local bookshop, but none of the local shops would have it, the specific thing. But tend to only use it for stuff that I can't buy locally.
Shop local.
Yeah, so wherever possible we go to the stationers in town to buy our office supplies. But there's just some stuff that they can't get. I think this guy's, I think his chest, this bit here in his chest, I think that's supposed to be the same colour as his skin, and I painted it the same colour as his outfit. But
Well, we used to have a bookshop, didn't we? But it closed.
Garlands.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't think there's enough punters,
No.
especially when you can get everything online as well.
Yeah, I
And
think.
everybody reads stuff on the tablets.
Yeah, I think unfortunately that's the way it's going, isn't it?
Nothing like the smell of a good book, turning the pages, rather than flicking your finger across the screen.
I don't like the backlight on reading things on a tablet. It's not the same.
Oh no, it's not a book. But you know, this generation do everything on their phone.
Yep. How are we doing? Ah, look. 1:30. Publisher's book clearance. Where was that? Was that somewhere in town?
It was where the co-op funeral comes
Oh yeah. I know what you mean. On Prince Street. There was that little bookshop place there, wasn't there? It was like the Works before the Works.
from. Right then, young man, what you want?
So, I'm done, really, I think. I think we're gonna we'll call it there. I just need to paint these facings on the bases, but I can do that quite quickly. I think we'll call it a night. Thank you very much.
Can you show me what you've actually done off, or
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. So here we go. Here's my guys. They're not completed, but they will they'll do for now while we play some
They
games.
look funny, don't they? They look like they're cackling evilly.
Yeah, it's cool.
Holding your breath again.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, they're just a lot of fun. Just a lot of fun. So quite happy with how
Like
they've.
evil Smurfs.
Yeah, that's right. Cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching us through to the end. And hopefully we'll see you soon. Thank you, Wicked D. That's very kind of you to say so. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you soon. We'll be next streaming on... Oh, no, we won't be streaming on Sunday. That's a good point.
Oh yeah, because this is a Comic Con.
Because
So
it's
won't be here.
Comic Con and we probably
Show
will
Wiki
be...
D, my booby lady.
Oh yeah, so this is Mrs. MLG's Booby Zombie with additional blood splatter. I like it, it looks cool.
What's going on? Oh, that's you. Is that you?
No, no. What am I jiggling it around?
No,
Ah, you focusing me and not me, not your thing.
Oh dear.
Ah, there we go. Perfect. Awesome.
So that's as good as that's going to get. 'Cause
Super.
it's
She looks
good.
cool.
Yeah, it'll do
I like it.
for the quick zombie table.
Yeah. V-Man Aqua would like to name one of our guys. Which would you like to?
You'll have to write it down because you
Yeah.
won't
Would you like to name Busty Zombie Lady?
forget.
Because then we only have one of her. We can't forget.
You'll have
Who
to
she is.
write it underneath. Write it underneath. And
Yeah.
then you'll know his name forever. Etched underneath. Which one? What would you like to name Beeman Aqua? Do you want to name a Bushido thing? She needs a posh name. Oh, I don't know if Beeman Aqua wants to name it there or if he wants to name it. What's it? Bushido-y thing.
Yeah. What would you like to name V-Man? I need to. What colour should I paint the front facings of these bases with?
I don't know. What colour do you want to?
I don't know. Could do with like a little, some kind of little template thing, so I make sure I get it right. I know what I'll do. I'll paint a mark on the front for now. That's like the direction that the model is facing, and then I can figure it out. I need to figure out how I'm going to make a little template or something so I can get a nice smooth line around the front.
question. Yeah, which one? What would you like? Do you want to see the goblins again? So you can see the options, or do you want Booby Lady? Regretful Margaret.
Okay.
I don't know if I can fit all that on.
Regretful Margaret. Yes, please.
Right. That is her name now. So, in the Halloween fun day, when Regretful Margaret takes to the playing field and tries to turn everybody else to zombies, then at least she's got a name.
Yeah.
Right then, young man.
Okay. Cool. Thank you, everybody, for coming along. And we will see you all soon. We will next be streaming on Monday next week, where we will be carrying on with our wolf demon from Reaper Miniatures, who currently looks a little bit wild with dramatic colour scheme. But oh, there you go. So Madam Fifi. Are we going for Madam Fifi or Regretful Margaret? So. There we go. Wolf demon, bright orange, red, and traditional wolf colour. Wolf demon from Reaper Miniatures. So, bit of fun with that guy. We'll be carrying on with him on Monday. So hopefully we'll see you then.
And
Thank
don't
you.
forget, tomorrow at 8 o'clock you can come play marbles just for a bit of fun with me.
Sorry, not advertising your marbles stream.
Yeah, I know. I don't know.
Okay, thanks everybody. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.